Hey, how's it going? I hope you're doing well. I want to get straight into it today. Had a thought last week about what we take time to do and focus on, and some of the phrases we use about um, taking time for relationships for people, and especially the people that mean a lot to us, that mean the most to us. It's carving out time. That phrase, carving out time of our schedule to uh, go hang out with somebody, go do something with somebody, or be with a friend or family member, whatever it is. We we have to carve out time from the for those things from um, the things that we're worried about. Is usually what it is. It is we're worried about this. We have a lot of attention and focus on it, and um, a lot of times that's just not something that's very meaningful. What it is we're worrying about. So that's kind of what that phrase typically means, and what it could mean is taking that statement and flipping it upside down to say, "Hey, let's carve out time of these things that are really important, particularly important to the kingdom. I'm going to carve out time for the job or the things that you usually worry about." If you kind of start flipping these things upside down and looking at them from a different perspective, it makes you look at things a little bit differently. In thinking about this, I was thinking about, have I ever gotten the sense or the idea or um, understanding that Jesus carved out time from his ministry to go do miracles, like, I don't know, any one of the miracles, pull one out. Was that intentional? Was that part of the plan? Was he carving out time from his ministry, or was he uh, carving out time from somewhere else? I mean, one of the ones that really pops out of my head is the feeding of the 5,000. The disciples wanted to send these people away to find food because they hadn't eaten in a while, and uh, instead of carving out that time to send them away to eat, he took what was there, blessed it, and fed everyone. It was 5,000 men that were recorded, plus women and children. And they all ate until they were satisfied, till they were full, and they had leftovers. And so, um, rather than carving out time from what he was doing with these people and what he was teaching them, showing them the miracles he was performing among them, he didn't want to carve out time from that to send them away. And so he kept them there, right? And fed them. And it's a great miracle. But that's just one of those things that got me thinking about, or that I started thinking about, based off flipping this phrase kind of upside down and saying, okay, we're gonna carve out time. We're gonna have to do it in a different way, right? So some of these things that we say to justify not putting in time with relationships or with people, needs to be flipped upside down. We need to look at things in kind of a different perspective. Um, I mean, in this life right now, we are in a unique position to choose love over all of other things. Right? We get to choose to love people. We get to choose to love God. We get to choose to release the love of God as His image bearers, as the ones who carry His nature. Right? So we need to stop worrying about taking care of the things He promises. And He talks about that in Matthew 6. Don't worry. Don't worry about food, clothes, things like that. He takes care of us. He promises that He's going to take care of us. And I love the last part of that section is verses 33 and 34. It says, "So above all, constantly chase after the realm of God's kingdom and the righteousness that proceeds from Him. then all these less important things will be given to you abundantly. Refuse to worry about tomorrow, but deal with each challenge that comes your way one day at a time. Tomorrow will take care of itself. I love that. Hey, Lisa, I love that. And I love the fact that he is taking care of these things. And so we don't have to worry about them. So our focus and attention shouldn't be on these things. And we're carving time out of that to be with people and be in relationship. And instead, that should be our focus. If we take this phrase and just turn it on its head, that makes it a whole lot easier, right? Hello, excuse me. You're no longer carving out time from the things that matter in eternity, that matter to the kingdom. Because if you're chasing after the realm of God's kingdom and the righteousness that proceeds from Him, the less important things are taken care of, right? Those things that we typically focus on, and we have to carve time out of our worry to be in relationship, to be in oneness, to be in union, right? We shouldn't be carving out time to do those things that are important to do in the or that are important to the kingdom. So that's really it, again, like we mentioned yesterday, you are of the very nature of God. You are His image bearer. He lives and He moves through you, and you have access to live in that, right? You have access to live in a manner that has abundance, that carries with it room for relationships, room for that oneness, and that's just part of who you are. It's just part of your nature. So I just don't understand why we use that term, carving out time for these things. So be intentional about your day. Be focused on what matters eternally. Push into relationships, and be looking to put focus and emphasis on that. Right? Are you carving out time from what you're worried about, or what is meaningful to eternity? Which one are you focused on? Which one are you thinking about carving time out of? All right, so that's it for this week. Real short, real quick. I just wanted to throw that idea out there and let you see how it goes. All right, have a great week.